Alright champs, in today's video I'm going to go ahead and be comparing basically the top 7 boot camps, the most popular boot camps. So we got Springboard, I was going to say Springfield because of The Simpsons. We got Flatiron School Cybersecurity Program, we have Evolve, we basically also have Full Stack Academy, we have Cable Academy, we have Triple 10, and then we also have Coding Temple. And just to let you know, I have a full breakdown of everything here in this spreadsheet, from their website, some of the people that I was able to go ahead and grab their syllabus from, the tuition, program length, which certification they're preparing you for, along with other additional information. My intention for this video is just to go out there and help you guys understand what you are getting into, because essentially speaking, you have a few challenges in making a transition into cybersecurity. There are some people that can break into cybersecurity on their own, but I'm just going to be blatantly honest. Very few people can actually go ahead and do that for the following reasons. Number one, maybe it's the lack of their technical ability. Maybe it's because they have no mentorship, but more than anything else, it's just procrastination. Nobody's keeping you accountable, and unless you're really dialed in and really focused, it's really hard. Your second biggest problem is program costs. I mean, these are all anywhere between, I would say, like $7,000 upwards to even $15,000 programs. A lot of you simply just don't have that lying underneath your mattress. And these financing plans, they'll say like, oh, we have flexible payment options. Yeah, flexible for them, right? Or they'll say like, we have very innovative financing solutions, innovative also for them, right? So that's also a hurdle, it's the financial hurdle. So if you're gonna go ahead and choose a program, I want you to go ahead and get the best bang for your buck. The next thing over is these programs also take a very freaking long time. I mean, we were talking about on the short end anywhere between 13 weeks, that's 3 months, upwards to 5 months, 6 months. This one right here at Flatiron School, holy moly, it's 10.3 months. It's taking you absolutely too long. There is a serious urgency right now for our country, the United States, to go and produce more cybersecurity professionals. Unfortunately, a lot of these schools here and programs, boot camps, whatever you want to call it, they are too profit driven to go out there. You know, they want to go out there and make a lot of money, spending a lot of time educating you. And unfortunately, that does not serve the interests of the country. It does not help out our industry at all. Next off is I'm going to talk about what kind of support that you can go out there and get on the back end. There's two things that you basically need after the program. Number one is, are they providing you with certification assistance? If the certification that they are preparing you for, like a lot of these programs, they have essentially, they have a whole, like they give you all of these different skills and you study them. But the certificate of completion for the program does not help you get a job. So you still need to go ahead and pass something like either a CompTIA A+, which we actually have all the questions for. Everything that I'm going to be referencing in here, including the breakdown, you can go ahead and grab for free in the Cybersecurity Beginners and Transitioners. The link is in the description. I want to go out there and help more people transition into cybersecurity this year. So all of this from like CompTIA, I basically have all the practice questions for you right now. All 1,600 questions, no joke. I'm scrolling all the way down. You have 1,648 questions all here. What are the right answers, including all the labs? I have this for Network Plus, Security Plus, all the way up to Network Ethical Hacker. I have all the exams, the questions, the responses, the explanation, and any related content. I got y'all. So without further ado, I'm so sorry this is a lengthier video, but if you're gonna be investing, you know, anywhere between 10, 15,000 in the next 10 months of your life, I don't want that to be for naught. We also have one-on-one mentors here in this WAP ready to go out there and help you. And you also want to go ahead and figure out what's your situation, because Maybe you might be in a city where there is an in-person program. What's the best in-person program in your city? Or maybe you're living somewhere very remotely. Cybersecurity is a very remote job because cybersecurity attacks happen 24/7. Where, how can you go out there and best get this help? Because if you're ready to go ahead and basically lock in, you can't do it by yourself. You need help. We basically got you. So for starters, let's go ahead and kick things off with the bootcamp breakdown. We want to go ahead and talk about the ones that we have here. Is we got Full Stack Academy, we have Evolve Security Academy, we have Springboard, Flatiron, Cable, Temple, and we got Coding Temple. This is in no particular order, but I decided to do it very simply based upon how much you're going to go ahead and pay. And then there's coaching, which is what my team does. Okay, so if you're interested, also hit us up right here. We'll talk about helping you make the full transition. In the world of and I have the website and I also have their syllabus. So please, I try to do as much of this so you guys can go out there and make it easier for yourselves to go out there and make this transition. But for starters here, if you go over to the website, they all largely go ahead and prepare you for either, I would say, one of a few exams: CompTIA A+, Network Plus, Security Plus. The only basic problem is that in this entire, I would say, 13-week upwards to 21-week duration, none of these programs actually talk about preparing you for the exam. They give you vouchers, and most of these vouchers are only good for about 90 days. So in the time that you have, a lot of you will not be ready for the exam in 90 days unless you have our focus, unless you basically have our support, right? Most of them is geared towards cybersecurity foundations, 1, 2, you have a little bit of a project. This is also the same thing right here, with Evolve, largely the same. I've attached all of their websites, their direct links, so if you want, you can fact check me, schedule a call with them. I advise you call all of them and me, right? Because you're getting ready to invest the next 6 to 10 months. With Full Stack Academy, it's largely the same thing too, but I would say for almost all the programs, you have something that's pretty interesting. They call it generative AI cybersecurity training. So what does that even mean? You're getting trained by a customer avatar instead of an actual human being that you actually, and that's what you should really ask. What does it mean? A generative AI powered cybersecurity training. Is there an actual live instructor? That is something that you absolutely want to go ahead and ask. Cable Academy, I think, is also pretty interesting too. They have things from phase 1 IT support, network support, cybersecurity. Generally speaking, all of these programs, they pretty much do the same thing. Their curriculum is very, very similar. But where we actually differ is basically none of them actually get you to the exam. None of them do. None of them do. And I could basically tell you this. What you're going to be spending your time doing is learning about 13 to 15 weeks, upwards of 21 weeks, where the order of operations is going to be this. So you're going to have cybersecurity theory, foundations, principles, what is cybersecurity, and then you will have some on-the-job skills, which are called labs. This is actually where you do some of the work where you're expected to go out there and perform on a day-to-day basis, because that's also going to be a part of your interview process. After that, you are expected to go ahead and actually prepare for the exam yourself. If you don't pass, or if you fail, and just to let you know this, you can pop this bad boy right now into ChatGPT and also fact check me. The national average for passing cybersecurity exams is 61%, is the national average. So it's about a little bit better than a coin toss that you're going to go ahead and pass. Assuming you can go ahead and pass that, none of them actually have career support for you. With coaching, it's different because we focus on the certification first. Why? It's the most time consuming, but I honestly feel like it's the easiest thing for you to go ahead and do. Then we focus on job skills via internships and portfolios. And then after that, we go heavy on the career support. We go the complete reverse route because the reality is this: once you get the exam out of the way, you can start focusing on everything else. But the job skills has nothing to do with the certification. People ask me this all the time: Rich, are you sure? Yes. The job skills has nothing to do with the certification. And the reason for that is a lot of people, they do great in class and then they go and take the test and they realize this is a I don't care if you're taking the CompTIA A+, Network Plus. What people don't realize is the job skills, you are being tested right now on 1,600 questions rotating. And then you have multiple choice answers right here, and you only have one correct answer. Only problem is these answers were designed to confuse you. So unless you have a little note, and these are screenshots ripped from the actual practice exams, unless you have a little bit of an explanation, understanding which one is the right answer and which one is the wrong answer, you're not going to go out there and pass. So somebody can get 100% on the exam and not do very well on the job. Somebody can do very well on the job but also do very bad on the exam. My point that I'm trying to illustrate to you basically is this: the skills that's required to be successful on the job and the skills required to be successful on passing the exam are two different sets of skills, and you are fighting two different sets of battles. Unless you're able to do this at a full-time rate, even if you are, it's better to zero in all of your effort on solving one problem after the next. Most of the bootcamp curriculum, they're really focused on the theory and people do really good, but it doesn't translate into passing the exam, and it also doesn't translate into getting the job. And we know that because in our coaching program, here's something else that we actually do. We actually do something called unlimited practice exams, and they actually don't. I don't see any practice exams there. The exam objectives are very clear. You can go out there and click on any one of these. These are from the exact CompTIA website right here, and you'll actually see it. They will tell you what the exam expectations are, and it's pretty savage. I'm not going to go out there and lie. All of these exams, they're timed. They're freaking timed. So I'm actually trying to go out there and actually find that screenshot for y'all where you guys can actually see it. It's a 90, for example, the CompTIA exam is 90 minutes and 90 questions. Champs, there is no reason. Boom, I just have this right here, a certification and salary guide. 90 minutes for a 90 question exam, and there's no reason for them to go out there and actually have it timed other than the fact that they want you to fail. It's just a fact. So I'm letting you guys know right now, you guys absolutely have to go out there, get the certification out of the way. And what we do, why we have such a high 91% pass rate, is we want to simulate that experience for you over and over again until you feel comfortable taking the exam. Because if you're going to go ahead and you're going to spend your own money and you're going to take half a day off to work, some of these test sites, they freaking charge you for parking, right? And if we're going to have you do all of that, this is not only just your time that's already been spent, you got to physically go over to the exam site. We want you to go ahead and pass. Another thing that's also very different is the difference between one-on-one skills coaching versus one-on-one career coaching. Skills coaching is coaching you how to go out there and do the job, right? In which I think a lot of these programs actually have to some degree. But most of them, they actually don't have one-on-one career coaching. So if you can't answer basic questions like, hey, what is tell me about yourself. Why do you want to go ahead and work in cybersecurity and all this other stuff? If you actually can't answer these basic level questions and you don't have a portfolio to present, you're also not going to do very well in the job hunt, which is why you're doing all this in the first place. Next on over, I didn't see anything in, and also when I schedule the call, I didn't see or hear anything about a career portfolio, which if you don't have, your resume simply right now is just not enough. We actually would take care of that for you. Application assistant is if you were that confident that the market is just that hot and the people that you're putting out is that good, why wouldn't you just have people apply to jobs for them every single day? Which is something that we also cover, but they don't even offer it even as an additional service, even if you're willing to pay extra. So this just goes to tell me that their intention is not to go out there and help you get a job, but to go out there and give you to give you fundamentals. We have internship referrals, hiring referrals, and we have interview guarantee. And going from zero to placement in our program generally is 45 to 100 days, but we will also work with you or until placement, right? So take advantage of this. If you have questions, you can definitely reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm right here, your AI and tech career coach. You can reach out to me like all these other people you see on the bottom. Please come into WAP where you can go out there and get all of these different resources. And then more importantly, you can go out there and get the bootcamp breakdown along with all their syllabus, along with the exam objectives, everything from the CompTIA, basically the CompTIA. You have the whole CompTIA practice exam right here, all 1,600 questions. Network Plus, Security Plus, Ethical Hacker. Whatever it is that you need, we basically got you. We need to go ahead and get more cybersecurity we need to get more entry-level cybersecurity professionals on the job and helping us defend the country. So I will talk to you very, very soon. Don't forget to see me in WAP. I would love to go ahead and pair you up with mentors in your local area.